Orlando Teve Anderson was born in Compton, California, to Harvey Lee Anderson and Charlotte Davis on August 13, 1974. After the couple separated, Charlotte moved the family to her mother's home and earned a living as a bookkeeper. At 11 years old, Anderson befriended future Compton Crip Al Hassan B.G. Knuckleout Naki, then known as Arlandis Hinton, who went on to embark on a recording career under the auspices of rapper Eric Eazy-E Wright. In his early teens, Anderson became affiliated with the Compton, California-based South Side Crips street gang and garnered the nickname Baby Lane, compiling a criminal record that includes arrests for assault and robbery along the way. Anderson attended Manuel Dominguez High School. After graduating in 1992, Anderson attended Compton Community College before dropping out. In 1993, Anderson made a cameo alongside his uncle and fellow Southside Crip, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, in a music video for the song Blaze It Up by Compton rapper Melvin Mello Moore, featuring Reggie Redmond Noble. Their appearance stemmed from Moore's use of Davis's lowrider Impala in the video. In 1994, Anderson's daughter Crystal, with girlfriend Rashina Smith, a student nurse, was born. About a year later, their daughter Courtney was born. He then worked at a local hydraulic shop until August of 1996. That same year, his other girlfriend, Thais Lanier, gave birth to Anderson's third daughter, Ariel. In April of 1996, Anderson and other Southside Crips reportedly beat and robbed Trayvon Trey Lane, an alleged member of the mob Piru Blood street gang, in the Foot Locker at Lakewood, California's Lakewood Center Mall. They relieved Lane, who had ties to Los Angeles-based Death Row Records, of a gold chain bearing a charm molded into the shape of the company's logo during the attack. On September 7, 1996, thousands convened on the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, to witness the heavyweight title fight between boxing legend Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon. Anderson, who checked into the nearby Excalibur Hotel with Rashina, was in town to watch the bout too. Following the 1-minute and 49-second fight, Tupac Shakur, Knight, and other individuals tied to the label were captured on security video assaulting Anderson in the lobby of the MGM Grand Hotel. The scuffle, which lasted less than a minute, was broken up by hotel security. Though Las Vegas police suggested that he file a complaint, Anderson declined. Afterwards, Anderson told his friend, fellow Southside Crip Corey Edwards, who was buying drinks at the bar during the fight, that he wanted a one-on-one rematch. Anderson then reportedly met with at least 12 other Crips members at the Treasure Island Hotel and Casino. The group then drove to Knight's Club, 662, and waited in vain for at least an hour for the death row contingent to arrive. At about 11:15 that night, according to witnesses, a 1996 white Cadillac containing 4 men pulled alongside Knight's BMW 750 sedan, in which Shakur sat in the passenger seat, which was at a red light on the corner of Flamingo Road and Caval Lane. One of the Cadillac's occupants, sitting in the back seat and wearing black gloves, then pointed a handgun through the rear driver's side window and opened fire. While witnesses reported hearing 12 to 14 shots, Shakur was struck 4 times and Knight was grazed in the head. Knight's BMW actually headed a caravan of vehicles filled with death row artists and associates. Immediately following the shooting, the Cadillac pulled off, making a right on Caval Lane, and Knight's head of security, Alton Buntry McDonald, pulled out of the caravan and gave chase, exchanging gunfire with the occupants of the drive-by vehicle, who hit McDonald's vehicle as well. Meanwhile, Knight made a left U-turn across the median on Flamingo Road and headed in the opposite direction. Shakur was transported via ambulance, accompanied by Knight, to Las Vegas University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, where surgeons removed his right lung and placed him on a ventilator. He was pronounced dead on September 13th. The day after the shooting, September 8th, Anderson visited Naki at his home in Compton. Anderson was treated at the UCLA Harbor Medical Center for a shoulder injury on September 9th. That same day, a string of gang shootings began in Compton, leaving 12 people injured and 3 dead in what police describe as a gang war between Crips and Bloods sets, a consequence of Shakur's murder. Anderson himself sustained gunshots from an AK-47 assault rifle to his knees during one such shooting. In the days following Shakur's shooting, then Compton Gang Unit investigator Bobby Ladd, conveyed his suspicion that Anderson was the triggerman to Las Vegas police after analyzing the hotel security footage. On October 2nd, Anderson was arrested during a raid related to a Compton gang killing and released 2 days later without being charged. The raid was a joint effort conducted by the FBI, the Compton Police Department, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and 2 Las Vegas detectives, one of whom interviewed Anderson about Shakur's shooting. He was also the subject of a warrant issued in connection to the shooting death of Edward Webb at a party the previous April. The police affidavit submitted in order to secure the search warrants necessary for the raid described Shakur's murder as the result of a gang conflict between the South Side Crips and the mob Piru Bloods, who were tied to death row records. The affidavit also contends that days after Shakur's murder, Anderson was seen in possession of a .40 caliber Glock handgun, and that his cousin, Jerry Monk Bonds, a fellow Southside Crip, was seen driving a white Cadillac matching the description of the drive-by vehicle into a Compton auto repair shop on September 11th. The document goes on to mention that LVPD detectives seized a box of .40 caliber bullets from Anderson's cousin's residence. Shortly after the raid, Anderson was subpoenaed to testify at a parole hearing for Knight, who faced jail time for participating in the assault at the MGM Grand. He testified in a November hearing that, contrary to popular opinion, Knight had attempted to break up the fight. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge J. Stephen Schuliger, who oversaw the hearing, decided that Anderson was lying and sentenced Knight to 9 years in prison. Davis later revealed that Knight paid Anderson $60,000 for his testimony, confirming a widely held suspicion. In February of 1997, Sergeant Kevin Manning of the Las Vegas Police Department named Anderson as a possible suspect in Shakur's murder. However, the LVPD only questioned him once. On September 8th, Anderson filed a suit against Shakur's estate, asserting that his attack at the hands of the rapper, Knight, and various death row employees at the MGM Grand caused him mental suffering as well as physical injuries. The suit asked for $1 million in damages. On September 12th, Shakur's mother, Afeni, filed a wrongful death suit against Anderson, naming him as Shakur's killer. On May 29, 1998, Anderson's grandmother, Utah Williams, died. At about 3:10 that afternoon, he and fellow Southside Crip Michael Reed Doro drove his black Chevy Blazer to Rob's Car Wash located at Alondra Boulevard and Oleander Avenue, near Compton High School. After Anderson argued with Jerry Stone of the rival Corner Pocket Crips about a drug debt, Stone pulled out a gun. According to witnesses, Doro convinced Stone to put his weapon away before Anderson pulled out a gun of his own, triggering a shootout. Anderson reportedly shot Stone to death before his uncle and fellow Corner Pocket Crip, Michael Stone, in turn shot Anderson to death. Doro, who had been shot as well, then killed Michael Stone, and after attempting to flee the scene by driving Anderson's Blazer from the passenger side, crashed. All 4 were transported to the Martin Luther King Drew Medical Center. Anderson and the Stones were pronounced dead shortly after their arrival. One of the men was listed in critical condition before finally succumbing to his injuries. Doro was treated and then arrested by local police. He was later convicted of first-degree murder and on October 6, 1999, sentenced to 3 life terms without the possibility of parole, plus 49 years. On May 30th, a Glock matching the description of the weapon used to kill Shakur was discovered by the father of Edward's girlfriend. After discovering the .40 caliber handgun in his backyard, the homeowner reported it to police. According to former Compton PD gang unit member, Deputy Timothy Brennan, subsequent ballistic testing confirmed that the Glock was a match for the weapon used to murder Shakur. An LAPD memo unearthed in 2017 confirms Brennan's assertions, yet also warns that the document itself should not be shared with Las Vegas PD. Brennan stated in 2017 that he came across the firearm in 2006 while sorting through records related to 3,800 guns, many of which had never been tested, and recognized the address where the pistol was found. Anderson's uncle, Dwayne Keith Keffy D. Davis, who headed a PCP ring and was a ranking member of the South Side Crips, sat down with an unnamed federal agent and LAPD detectives, Greg Kading and Darren Dupree, During a recorded proffer session on December 18, 2008, after agreeing to give information relating to Shakur's murder and Anderson's alleged involvement, Davis stated that his nephew shot Shakur 4 times with a .40 caliber Glock handgun from inside the car that pulled up alongside Knight's BMW. Davis also admitted to being in the car himself at the time of the shooting and stated that Knight, who'd known him since childhood, saw him after Anderson opened fire. According to Davis, DeAndre Smith and Terrence T. Brown rounded out the 4 occupants of the car. He stated that reputed New York drug trafficker Eric Von Zip Martin supplied him with the Glock 40. But since Brown, the driver, pulled up on the right side of the BMW and he himself sat in the front passenger seat, he attempted to pass the weapon to Smith, who sat on the left side of the back seat. When Smith declined, Anderson, sitting behind Davis, took the handgun and shot across Smith. Davis went on to say that both Knight and Shakur failed to notice the Cadillac until the shooting started because they had been talking to the female occupants of a green Sebring convertible also parked to the right of the BMW. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a former Los Angeles gang leader, is currently the sole individual charged in connection with the 1996 murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. Arrested in September 2023, Davis faces a first-degree murder charge for allegedly orchestrating the drive-by shooting. He has pleaded not guilty and remains in custody at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas. In February 2025, Judge Carly Kearney postponed Davis's trial to February 9, 2026, citing new developments presented by the defense and the need to ensure a fair trial. The defense argues that Davis's previous statements implicating himself were made for entertainment and financial gain, and they claim he was not present in Las Vegas at the time of the shooting. They also contend that Davis had an immunity agreement from a 2008 cooperation with federal authorities. However, the court has denied motions to dismiss the case based on these arguments. While in custody, Davis has expressed concerns for his safety and health, reporting incidents of alleged assault by correctional officers and involvement in altercations with other inmates. He suffers from health issues, including cancer, which he claims make his incarceration particularly challenging. Efforts to secure his release on bail have been unsuccessful, with the court questioning the legitimacy of the proposed bond arrangements. Davis remains detained as he awaits his rescheduled trial in 2026. The case continues to draw significant attention due to its connection to a high-profile unsolved murder and the complexities surrounding the evidence and legal arguments involved.